The fear of looking foolish is a real concern for many people in your church. It keeps them from building relationships, from serving the way that they want, and even from inviting friends and loved ones to church. So today we're going to talk about 2 ways that you can help reduce this fear and allow them to be your greatest advocates within the community. This is Ryan at Graphics.Church, where we help churches just like yours create graphics and needed marketing strategy so they can better reach their community. Growing up, my mom had a saying, "They haven't lived with it like you have." It was her way of reminding us that as church leaders, it's really easy to work on something for so long that it becomes second nature. We know everything about the event. We are expecting that others somehow miraculously do too. And the challenge is that for many of us, our audience is just hearing about something for the first time, maybe the second time, and we're already getting tired of talking about it. But often about the time we're getting tired of talking about it, they're just starting to grasp why it's important and they're considering being a part. So what does this have to do with the fear of looking foolish? Your church has the potential to be your greatest advocates in the community, taking your message places that you'll never be able to go. But you can't expect them to just get it. You have to be super intentional about resourcing them so that they have enough knowledge to speak comfortably about what you're offering. And for Christmas specifically, because people are already open to being a part of some sort of Christmas celebration, if we can resource our church well to help them get past that initial fear of, do I know enough? Am I going to have all the answers? Then when they are sharing, they have the freedom of being a knowledgeable advocate for us. So they feel more comfortable because that fear is lessened. And so there's 2 ways that we can do that. The first of which is we've got to educate them. Now, specifically, the first one is to do this verbally. And this really takes some time in your services, and we are really good in the church of getting up and doing announcements. But we announce what's going to happen. Really, to educate our people, we need to announce what we want them to do for us. So this is what I mean. In your announcements about Christmas, you want to tell people what it is that's coming up, but you also want to give them a hint of how you'd like them to share about it. So you're saying, on Christmas Eve, this is happening. On Christmas Day, this is happening. Here's how you can be an advocate for us. So you're connecting that information with a way they can actively be in the community sharing it. So that's the first way you can educate them. The other way is to actually print up half-sheet flyers. And these flyers are not flyers that are intended to be passed out to your community. These are flyers targeted at the people most connected to your congregation. And they're going to essentially cover the same information that your verbal announcements are. They are going to say, here's the details of the event. Here's some ways we'd love you to help us get the word out about the event. And what you're doing is, for those people who are verbal learners, you're providing a resource. For people who are tactile and need to hold something and read it and stick it on their fridge with a magnet to be reminded, you're giving both sets of learners a way to be educated about what's coming and how they can share about it. So that's the first way you can help them get past the fear. The second way you can help them get past the fear is that you can actually empower them with physical resources. Now, historically, the church has really been good about go invite your neighbors, go tell someone, go. And the problem is that doesn't take into account that underlying fear issue of, do I still have all the information? Do I know everything I need to? Am I going to be able to answer every question? So what I really suggest you do, and I know a lot of churches who are doing it, is they print invitation cards. And this is not an expensive thing to do at all. You can do them business card size and print on both sides. You can do them double business card. The idea is just that it's something that would fit in a pocket, that would fit in a wallet, that would fit in a purse. So when your people go up and have a conversation and they're talking to their neighbor and saying, I'd love you to come to church with me on Christmas Eve. I've got this little card. It's got more information. And they hand it to someone. It helps them bridge that gap of the fear of, do I know enough? That they can hand this card to someone, and on that card is the details they need to know about the event. It's the ways that they could learn more, and there's a web address for them to follow up with. That's all that's got to be there. So these two things, as simple as they sound, will make a huge, huge difference in your congregation's ability to move past the fear of sharing to be knowledgeable advocates for your church. So start by educating them and then turn to empowering them with a simple, easy resource.